The gun that needs no introduction, the Scar 17S DMR variant. So what does that mean on this particular model? Well, it comes with a few different features than what is normally found on the FN Scar. This model in particular has their PRS stock on the back here. It's fully adjustable for both height and on your butt plate here. It's very nice, very well machined, and very well done. The rifle itself doesn't feel cheap whatsoever, and that's what you should expect. With an MSRP that is almost over $4,000, I mean, it shouldn't feel cheap. Now, there are some things on here we'll certainly talk about that are some drawbacks. And then on here too, in addition, with this particular model having the DMR style stock, it also has the giessele trigger in it as well. So it has a good trigger and a good stock. That's the overall upgrades that you get versus the standard 17. Now, in addition to that, this is a 6.5 creedmoor. So it's not a 308, it's 6.5 creedmoor, and it does have a 3-prong flash hider up here on the front. Not a huge fan of that. In fact, we've shot it. The rifle doesn't recoil real hard. It's very soft shooting in general, but I prefer this probably to have a full-blown muzzle brake, because if you're familiar with FN and the warranty when it comes to the Scar, you void your warranty by putting a suppressor on here, which is absolutely absurd. That is the absolute dumbest freaking thing I've ever heard, if I'm being honest. It's absolutely absurd and frankly unacceptable. Now, this rifle itself is Andrew's, and he is not going to do that. If it were my rifle, I'd just void the warranty, and if I broke it, I would just personally fix it. Piston gas operated system, if you're unfamiliar, and then this model also is a non-reciprocating charging handle, meaning the charging handle with every round that is ejected from the gun does not move back and forth. It stays in the forward position. It is ambidextrous in that way. It does have an ambi magazine release. It does have an ambi safety. Now, the ambi safety itself has very good detents and feels really nice. However, the plasticky cheap feel of it is a little bit disappointing. And you know, some folks, they pointed out in some shorts that we did as to why the Scar has a plastic lower, a polymer lower. I can't answer that. You know, it's obviously been like that for a long time. You know, these are battle rifles. They were built for that, and they are proven to an extent. So whatever they've done, it works out fine. And another thing somebody asked, why does it have a cheap, you know, A2 style grip? Can't answer that for you as well. I don't design guns for FN. The grip itself, it's usable, of course. Now, these aren't perfectly compatible with everything else in the market, so you, in some way, shape, or form, you are kind of stuck with what's on here unless you go to some specific manufacturers that make very specific Scar grips. Outside of that, fit and finish on the rifle is flawless. There is nothing wrong with this rifle. It is built very well. It's done very well. There's no wobble in your stock. In fact, this stock is actually so stiff that when you raise the cheek piece up and down all the way, you actually have to almost hammer it back down because it's stiff. Now, I'd prefer it to be that way versus being, let's say, wobbly. The uninterrupted Picatinny rail across the top is perfect if you're trying to run any kind of night vision or thermal, because you're not going to get any loss of zero or shift whatsoever, because it's a complete and total monolithic upper. You do get very nice iron sights on here. They're great if you're not running a scope like this Nightforce NX8 2.5 to 20. Obviously, with this on here, they're unusable. You know, you could certainly untorque your nuts if you had a wrench you're carrying around in the battlefield with you and throw up your iron sights. You know, like you see many YouTubers will put iron sights on their gun after it's already got a 3 to 18 on there, and they're like, oh, I'll just take a wrench out, untorque the screws, and take my scope off if I have to. Like, no, you won't. And then over here on the front, the barrel itself, FN makes great barrels. There's no doubt about that whatsoever. It is a slimmer profile barrel, but it is a cold hammer forged 1 8 twist 6.5 creedmoor barrel. The barrel length itself is just over 16 inches, and we've already shot this thing a little bit and have found it to actually be 1 MOA accurate. Scars, and the forums wise, they're kind of hit or miss as far as for real great accuracy. This one, however, though, it seems we have a very accurate gun, especially for what it's built as or meant to be. So we're going to shoot this thing today for accuracy, because we haven't really seen a whole lot on the internet about that. So we'll shoot Hornady Match 6.5 Creedmoor. I have Federal Gold Medal Match Sierra Match King, and then we also have some of their open tip strike stuff. So, you know, center strike, all that stuff is good, accurate ammunition. It's well regarded as being so. And then the magazines themselves. And, you know, these are 10-round magazines. They cost you about the price of your firstborn child. So you get one with the gun in a beautiful cardboard box. And they're great. I mean, they function fine. There's no issues like that. They're well made, no doubt about that. But, you know, I think these things cost like $80 at most. I mean, they're pretty darn expensive. You can shop around and you can find them, but they are grossly overpriced for being a stamped, folded piece of steel. So let's shoot this rifle. It's a sweet rifle. You know, thanks to you guys that watch our videos, we were able to purchase this with some money that we made from our YouTube channel. And that's why this thing is sitting in front of you, and why we're able to review this by buying it with our own money and investing our time. And with all that being said, if you're new here, please like the video, share it with your friends, drop us a comment in the bottom, beat up the Scar for all I care. I really don't care. I think it's a sweet rifle. We've got one in our safe and we love shooting it. It's a ton of fun to shoot, and it's one of those things that if somebody asks, do you have a Scar? Yeah, we have a Scar. And everybody that sees it, they're like, man, that thing's so cool. I just want to shoot it. Most people don't really give a shit how it actually shoots. They just think it looks cool. So really, you know, it's great to see that. In addition to that, loadout wise, your bipod, anything like that here on the gun, there is a link in the description. The link in the description takes you to our website where you can find everything that you're looking for in regards to how we set up our guns on the videos. Let's get into shooting. We got the rifle loaded up with our Sierra Match King 175 grain bullet. We are going to do 5-shot groups for this rifle, so we'll see how it does. It's actually a pretty good group. Next ammo up out of the Scar is going to be the Hornady Match 143 grain ELDM bullet. That's about a 2.5-inch group, so obviously doesn't shoot very well using the Hornady ELD Match. You know, for some people, combat accuracy wise, they'd be like, oh, that's fine. For me personally, I mean, you want bolt gun accuracy, shoot a bolt gun. You want gas gun accuracy, shoot a gas gun. However, that accuracy with the ELD Match, it's not very good. It's pretty rough, if you ask me. But we'll keep shooting a little bit more to let it cool down again before we go into our next 5-shot group. Last group we're gonna shoot now is with the Federal Gold Medal Burger bullet. It's 130 grain. It's an open tip match. The Scar 17S DMR, it shoots okay at best. Accuracy wise, it's acceptable for a battle rifle. If you're looking, again, I'll stress, if you're looking for bolt gun accuracy, we'll go down here and show you some groups from bolt guns that we just shot as well. But let's shoot this head swinger here and truly demonstrate what this rifle is mostly built and made for. We just finished up shooting our Scar 17S DMR. It is a lot of fun to shoot and it is a really cool rifle. However, it's not the most accurate rifle on the market. It shoots well, functions well, and shoots steel well and all that great. If you're looking for a rifle to do all those things and be a battle rifle, this is for you. If you want this rifle to be a precision rig, it's just not there. And again, I'll say it again, if you want bolt gun accuracy, which these are bolt gun groups, so we shot while the rifle was cooling out of a Sequence hit rifle, use a bolt gun. Up here, 6.5, 6.5, 6.5. So the rifle is capable of about 1.5 to 2 inch accuracy is what we're seeing. It will throw, what I've noticed is it seems like it can shoot like 2 to 3 rounds real tight, and then it will throw 2. So I just don't really understand what's going on with that, because that's even like here. And you'll see here, and you'll see here. So it's capable of doing like a 3-shot group, it looks like. It's pretty good. But if you're running into the 5s with this, not so much. Relatively speaking though, again, about 1.5 inch group out of this thing is what you can expect, or at least what we could expect out of this rifle. It's a very nice rifle and very well done. Really cool rifle. Guys, if it's something you want, just get it. You know what I mean? You don't have to have a reason to buy certain guns. I know somebody once, we've had people in our videos like, what do you need that for? Well, you don't need it most of the time. What if you just want it? And that was the case with this thing. If you just want one, you'll probably love the hell out of it. If you're somebody that needs it because you need the most accurate, gas gun on the market, this isn't it. But if you're somebody that just wants one because it's freaking cool, go for it. But otherwise, guys, drop us a comment. Let us know what you think of the Scar 17S DMR. And more importantly, like the video and share with everybody you know.